So let's begin. We know the the 8 parts of a speech. Let's begin with nouns. Do you all have your paper and pen or pencil in your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
fine. So now, all of you, please unmute yourself and tell me what are nouns. I don't want any book definition. I just
Like
want to
name,
understand what do you understand. Yes.
noun maybe mean like anything that like name or maybe it may be object.
Mm-hmm.
When
Name of a person, place, or a thing.
Yes. Name, place, or animal, or a thing, or an insect, anything. These are all called nouns like apple, aeroplane, boy, girl, Gauri, Yogita. These are all names. When you give a proper name, they become proper nouns. And when you say simple boy, girl, they are common nouns. I hope you all understand this much proper nouns and common nouns. Proper nouns
Yes, ma'am.
all begin with capital letters. Common nouns are not necessarily in capital letters, depends, right? Now, I am giving you a noun called table. Another one, chair. Please write these down. They are your nouns. Can you make a sentence with each one of them? One with table and one with noun, and then read out your sentences.
Hello.
Yes.
Place your books on table.
Okay.
Dinner is ready on the table.
Okay.
The table and chairs were made up of a dark rich wood.
Okay. Anything else? Chair? Do you know?
like
Yeah, please give me
yes,
sentence for chair also.
like Ram and Shyam sitting across the table.
Okay, very good. Anything for chair? Nobody's come out except one. Nobody has brought a sentence for chair.
Ma'am, he was leaning forward on his chair.
Very good. He was leaning forward on his chair. Wonderful. So these here we have used table and chair as nouns in the sentence. Okay, now I come down to another form of another part of speech called verb. Can you see just opposite nouns? I have written verbs. What are verbs? What do you understand by verbs?
Something in action, like
Mm-hmm.
happening,
Mm-hmm. Can you give us some examples?
like Ram is writing.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Ma'am, they are the action words.
wonderful. They are the
Yes,
action words, right? Anything that shows action is called a verb, right? We just want to know this thing, nothing much. Sleeping, dreaming, thinking, all these are your verbs. Even if you are saying dreaming, you'll say I'm sleeping. However, there's no action, but it is an action happening, though in your sleep, but it is happening. So dreaming is also an action. Now I gave you two words earlier, table and chair. You made a sentence using them as noun. Now use table and chair as verbs and make sentences. Can you do that? Anyone who can come out with table as a verb in a sentence? Verb, I told you, is an action. So how would you put table, which is a noun, as an action? Some effort.
Table is balancing on the rope.
No. That is nice, but that's not an action. Balancing on the rope. Wow. No, the table cannot balance on the rope itself.
Ma'am,
Okay.
they
Hmm.
table the data like we,
Table. Very good. What did you table?
ma'am, the data of like a meeting or something.
Wonderful. 3 stars for you. Very good. I'm so happy. This is an art. Why am I doing these nouns and verbs? Now, instead of saying put forward your ideas, table your ideas. This is another way of saying, and this is how you beautify your writing or your talk without using out of the world difficult words in your language, and you create such beautiful language by doing so. Now I'll give you some more examples. Like the chef tabled a plethora of dishes from his kitchen. The young executive tabled new ideas during the meeting. Aren't these beautiful?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you like this way of writing? Isn't it new and good and easy at the
Yes.
same time?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So, what is the trick? How do you make the verb out of a noun? By adding
Ed.
D.
ing. Yes, ed or ing. You make it a verb, correct?
Yes. Ma'am.
Yes,
It can
ma'am.
it can also be like this. He tables new ideas every time he comes into the office. Now over here, it is S and ES also we can use. So anything, the way we make, verbs, the different things that we add to a verb. Similarly, you can add those little endings after a noun and make them a verb. Now, the others who didn't answer, now they will make a sentence for chair. Yes, please. Again, put ed or ing at the end and frame a sentence.
Ma'am, he chaired the community meeting.
Very good. He chaired the community meeting. And what does it mean? He participated there. He was present there. Right? He was a member of that meeting. A beautiful way of saying the simple thing. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Boys, I want something from your end also. I'm not getting any answers. Okay, so shall I move on? Is this much clear? What are nouns? What are verbs? And how do you transform nouns to verbs? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please make note of it and don't forget. It is just not a table chair. It can be other things also that can be done. And now your homework is you're going to find few nouns besides table and chair and use them as verb. Okay? At least 5 words. This is your homework. And next time I'm going to, before we start the class, we will always revise what we've done in the previous class through these homeworks. Okay? The next
Ma'am,
one.
Okay.
what's the
Yes, yes, yes,
ma'am, what's the homework uses as a verb?
yes. You have to take some nouns and you make sentences of them using as a verb.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. The next word we see on a slide is pronouns. What are pronouns? As the definition or the spelling suggests, pronouns. Now it is something related
So
to the nouns. Yes?
that replaces noun.
Yes, something that replaces noun. Now instead of saying Vishnu is in my class, I can say he is in my class. Vishnu is replaced by he. So he is a pronoun. He, she, it, you, we, they, us. Right? Now, the thing that this is something which we all know. What we don't know is there are two types of pronouns, subjective pronouns and objective pronouns. What many people say, myself so and so. They never say my name is so or I am so and so. Which is correct, which is incorrect? How do you decide this? So understand what are subjective pronouns and what are objective pronouns. Subjective pronouns are those which come in place of subjective nouns. Now I'm telling you when the pronoun is coming as a subject of a sentence. A very simple way of telling you, explaining you is, please write down a sentence. The boy is sleeping. The boy is playing with a ball. Right? Now in the first sentence, the boy is sleeping. The boy is the subject. In simple terms, try to understand, subject is the thing or the person who is the hero of the sentence, who's doing the main action, who's doing the action in the sentence. That's called the subject of the sentence. So when I am saying he is sleeping, because he is a subjective noun, and for the boy is coming as a noun, so I'm going to write he is sleeping. I cannot say himself sleeping on the ground. Will it be correct?
No, ma'am.
Himself is a objective
Object.
pronoun that comes when you have this when a pronoun is representing an object, then we will use the objective pronoun. Is it clear to all of you, the subjective and the objective pronouns?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
Yes,
want?
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, somebody is asking me something. Yes.
ma'am,
Yes, what's your question?
I don't understand the objective now, ma'am.
Okay, the objective pronoun. Now I'll give you a sentence. Just wait. I'll give you a sentence. He went to the market and bought a book for himself. Now I'm using he in the beginning. If I say the same sentence as Raju went to the uh, market to buy a book for question mark, for whom? For himself. Now when I'm saying, when I use pronouns in place of these nouns, what I'm putting, the first Raju becomes he went to the market to buy a book for Raju. Now for Raju, instead of saying for Raju, I will say for himself. Now himself, why not he went to the market to buy a book for he. No, to buy a book for himself. That's an objective noun because it is, the book is the object. Subject is Raju, who's doing the action. On what is he doing the action? He's doing the action on the book. What action was it? Buying the book, right? So when we use the pronoun for a subject, it will be the subjective pronoun he, she, it. When it becomes as an object, we will use himself, herself, itself. Is it clear? His,
Yes, ma'am.
his, him. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the other person who was asking me the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now can I move on to the next part of speech?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So we have adverbs. Now, as the spelling suggests, adverbs, something that adds to the verb. Verb, we have just recollected that verb is an action word. Now, something that adds to the verbs or the action words are called adverbs. Now, I'll just take you through this thing. Just hold on. Yeah, before I move on, let me show you this to make it more clear. Look, the personal or the subjective pronouns in front of you, you can just copy them down. I, me, mine, you, your, yours, she, her, hers, it, its, we, us, ours. Indefinite, indefinite, by saying indefinite, we mean somebody whom you don't know, somebody, some one person in the crowd. Is it clear? Anybody, anyone, each of you?
doctor.
Yes?
Ma'am, what's the difference between my and mine? Like in the
तीन
personal
आदमी
or
एक रूम
the
में, तीन आदमी एक रूम में.
My is a subjective pronoun and mine is a
हाँ,
possessive.
जो सुधांशु ठाकुर.
Your voice is not clear. There is some disturbance. I'm unable to make out. What I understand was that you wanted to know the difference between me and mine or my and mine. Me is for I you use and my is like this is my book and mine at place this mine is used as a subjective as an objective. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Now, interrogative means questioning, interrogation. The police has taken the person into interrogation. Try to understand the meanings with the spelling itself. Interrogative means questioning words. So, who, whom, what, which, whose. These are all interrogative pronouns. Demonstrative, this, that, these, those, because they show the direction or tell the whose this belongs to. This for things that is singular and near, that is for things that are far away but singular. These are for things close but plural. Those is for things far away and plural, many. Those are my books. I cannot say that are my books. That's incorrect. I have to say those are my books. And in daily life, this is the mistake we do. We say that are my books, don't we?
Yes, ma'am.
So please
Yes, ma'am.
keep these things in mind when you speak. Think before you speak. This, that, these, those. This and that are for singular, but this is for the things that are near, and that is for the thing that is far away. Similarly, these and those are for plural things. These for things that are close to us, and those for things that are far away from us. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can I move the slide? Have you copied or you click? Whatever you feel easy, but it should be with you.
Ma'am, what is indefinite pronouns?
Okay, indefinite pronoun means when I say, can anybody answer my question? So I'm not pointing any particular person. Now you are so many students in the class. So anyone means any one of you. It is not a definite person I am talking about. I'm talking of an indefinite person, but somebody from this group. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Anyone,
ma'am.
each one, I'm addressing all of you, but I'm not taking a definite name, but I'm addressing each one of you, either you or that person, none of you, someone or anyone, somebody, someplace. This is something you're talking about, something in general, but you're not mentioning anybody in particular. And anybody, anyone are interchangeable. There is no problem. Similarly, someone or somebody. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Please,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
if somebody has music playing in their background, if you could get that switched off. Okay, so I move further. Before adjectives, I need adverbs. Okay, now I said something that adds value or more quality to your action. Now, how do we understand what kind of a quality is it adding to our verb? Now, when they answer these how, when, where, or to what degree, that is describing your verb. He talked quickly. So how did he talk? Quickly. So quickly is an adverb describing how that person talks. When she left yesterday. So when did she leave? Yesterday. So yesterday is an adverb here which tells that at what time did she leave. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the third one, they went there. Where did they go? There. Now there is somebody isn't talking and showing an action pointing towards some place that they went there. So there is again an adverb. It is too humid. So too is showing the degree. So your superlative degrees are also your adverbs. Good, better, best. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So this more, most, much, these are all degrees of comparison and they are the adverbs. Please learn these. You cannot say es and et, right? That is the thing that you add in the end. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. But you cannot say beautifuler, beautifulest. That's incorrect. Healthy, healthier, healthiest. So what are you adding in the end? Healthy is a noun or health is the noun. You add thy, healthy, that's an healthy option. So that becomes an adjective by adding y. Just write down the word health first. Health. Health. Now write Healthy. Now after health, what have you added more to make it healthy?
Why?
Y. So by adding y to a noun, you make an adjective, right? But when and similarly, when you add healthier, IER, that's an healthier option. So option is again a noun and healthier, IER is added. So that is also. So how do you make adjectives out of nouns? By adding Y,
Why?
IER, or now I say that's the healthiest option. Of all the options, this is the healthiest. IEST. So again, you are making an adjective, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
another thing to note down, please, is in the 3 degrees of comparison. The first one being good, second one better, and third one being better or healthy, healthier, healthiest, right? First one you use when you describe only one person or one thing. So if I have only one option, it is an healthy option. If I am choosing between two things, I will say it is a healthier option. And when there are more than two, three, four, five, six, or n number, whatever the number be, when there are more than two, we'll say it is the healthiest option. Okay, yeah, IER आएगा या IEST आएगा. There is a rule for it. Remember that. It is just not invariably you say this is a healthy option or this is a healthier option or healthiest. There is this rule. When you're talking about only one thing, there is no comparison for that to be made with any other thing. Then you use the first degree of comparison, that is healthy. Over here, I'm just taking this example, healthy. Or when you take good, this is good. She looks good. But when you are comparing between two girls, so she is better,